Welcome back to the channel. It's the Tesla Prince here. We are today just doing an update on the Walker Forest Service Road for people who are interested in driving into Kakwa Provincial Park or also going on the Great Divide Trail, because that is the northern terminus currently. Anyways, we had to drive out there to help someone at the end of the trail anyways, so we just decided to get the dash cam footage to show what condition the road is in. The quick summary really is the first 50 kilometers is decent. You can go at a decent speed. The road has been improved from some logging companies, but then after let's just say around kilometer 50, shortly before and after kilometer 50, it is pretty muddy, just because that's the end of the road where they were doing some clear cuts on the side of the mountain there, and because of the heavy machinery, it's pretty mucky there. So definitely want to have 4x4 to get through some of those sections. But then the last 20 some odd kilometers from 50 to 73, because 73 is sort of the end of the road there at the Bastille Bridge. The road is not so mucky until you get to the very, very end. It's more just because the machines haven't chewed it up, but it's very grown in. So a lot of the willows are kind of hanging over the road, so you're definitely going to get pinstripes on the side of your vehicle. And you have to go very slow. It takes a long time to do that 26 kilometer drive from kilometer 50 because potholes and green shrubbery kind of growing over the road, so you can't go too fast. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. Gives you some kind of perspective what it's like. And at the very end of the drive, took a quick video recording of the water levels at the Bastille Bridge. Kind of gives you an indication of what the crossing might look like at Buchanan Creek. I'll try to show some clips from previous years when we went into Kakwa, and I'll say what month of the year, what day of the month we went there, so you can kind of compare the water levels, at least at the Bastille Bridge. Catch you on the next one.
Creek be overgrown.
Yep. Like I said, it's worth the scene.
Not even sure Sean wants to come in here.
Well, with this side-by-side, it's not a big deal. But, this is
Not bad with those new tires.
Yeah, it's just, there's been no struggle today whatsoever. Not even a single struggle, which makes me feel very good about switching. The other ones, you felt them down here. They suck. They had no traction.
Seems like a good investment, but they didn't turn out to be.
All right, we're here at the Bastille Bridge. Just drove here, picking somebody up. Pretty rough going in the rain. You can see this is the Bastille Creek. If you look at our videos from last year, I believe the rocks you could walk out maybe a third of the way. It was that much lower when we crossed at the Buchanan. So now it's going to be definitely deeper, probably be a bit more challenging to cross the Buchanan at this time of year. I don't know what it's like because it's another 12 kilometers. We're not going there today. But you can drive here with 4x4.
How is this low? This is super low. So this is the Bastille Creek. And it's usually brimming to the top of the rocks. But yeah, levels are down.
A lot more water than the last through.
This bodes well for our Buchanan crossing. Here's the Buchanan. Pretty low, easy crossing right there. It's maybe the lowest I've ever seen it. here somewhere. Sure. Tie the shoes, throw them on my neck, and we're gonna cross here with our water shoes. Let's take a look right there. Doesn't look too bad. Here we go. Kind of deep in the middle. Kind of deep in the middle. It's up to there. But it wasn't too fast flowing. Yeah, it'll be up to your crotch and past a bit, but then quickly it'll start getting shallow again.
She is deep.
Yeah. See, you're already stepping up. There you go.
Yeah, it's getting shallow.
Yeah.
Just them first, or the couple 3 steps there.
Yeah, you're wondering, is it going to keep going down, down? Nope.
Yeah, didn't want to go much further now.
No.
Pretty slippery rocks here too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're here on the Bastille Bridge, and as you can see, the river is really flowing fast here, and kind of hitting up the banks. There's a little bit of water in the low area, the parking area over there, small amount of water. It looks like, I don't know if it's from rain or if it's from flooding, but you can see all the banks. There's a lot of water here flowing, and it's even last time we were here in May, it was flowing into the forest down there, but now it looks like somewhere around here it's flowing into the forest there. Alright, so that's the road over there for the GDT. We put up a rope. I don't know if it's going to help you guys at all. I mean, it's a feeble attempt, but it's pretty deep in the middle and pretty fast flowing. I would actually recommend going down here to this log jam, and the water here is shallow until you get to about, halfway out, and I don't know, it looks pretty tough to get to those logs there, but it looks like getting to those logs maybe. So try to zoom in on the water. You can see there's rocks, shallow rocks halfway across. So it's not that bad at all. It's just This section over here is deep and fast flowing, so you know, you get to there and then it's like you're gonna get wet, but at least you go into the log pile, pull yourself out and get back to the GDT. We've been upstream and downstream and we just don't see any other alternative here. So it's ripping and roaring. That's the GDT Walker Forest Road there.